father viewed himself and his family? Did you think it was from the practice, God-given talent?
Right.
And then did he ask his children to perform, produce, achieve?
Right. The subject of my dad's talent, that is kind of interesting. Because there's kind of two different answers, and I guess everybody has to make up their own mind. He used to say, and he said it so much that it's an ingrained sentence in my brain, prodigy, schmodigy, that, he said, prodigy, schmodigy, my mother made me effing practice, 12 hours a day. I could not go outside and play. I wanted to be a hockey player. She was relentless. And so he used to say that. So that's what he would say. But on the other hand, I have a story that's in the film, actually a scene in the film that I've written in the script that illustrates this. As far as I understand it, and Maynard, this is my information from Maynard, not from other sources, Maynard's older brother, who was only a year and a half older, was actually technically a better musician than him when they were little kids. And his older brother, there were no music programs in these Canadian school system that my father was in when he was really little, like 5. And his father was kind of an activist, and he went before all these school boards and he argued, and all of a sudden he got these musical instruments and programs started. And so here's his father doing this for musical programs, and here there's this mother who's this adamant music teacher. But when they got the instruments, there was nowhere to store them in the school where Maynard's father was the principal also. So all these musical instruments were stored in Maynard's basement. And his parents told him, you can view all of these instruments as toys. You can go down that basement, you can play all day long. So an entire orchestra's worth of brass instruments were down there. And his older brother actually could play everything in there ahead of Maynard, but taught Maynard all day long. That's all they do. They just would play down in there. And so getting back to the prodigy versus practice thing. There's this story about how when they were 4 years old, they both went on stage to perform for a school or something. And the father's standing in the wings, and the mother is out front with their other music teacher. And the older brother, Mike, goes on and performs perfectly, flawless, doesn't make a mistake. And Maynard goes on, and Maynard's, I believe Maynard's 4, and he messes up all over the place. But he has so much charisma that he gets a standing ovation. And it was very confusing to the older brother. And so there is that, natural performance. Some people, I think he was born with something, And then other people, and I'm not a trumpet player, I'm really not educated enough to know this, but there are people who have said to me that Maynard's body, like if God was going to invent a body to be a great trumpet player, they would have molded it on him somehow. I'm not a trumpet player, so I don't know really what they're talking about, but maybe.
Well, I know there's trumpet players in the audience, and Brian, I know you're out there. And a lot of it takes both, doesn't it? It takes the gifts and the time spent practicing. You can't have one without the other. It takes all the ingredients to make a great trumpet player. And if they're not there, then you can practice 12 hours a day and nothing's going to happen if you don't have the gifts. But if you have the gifts, some of those people don't practice and make use of them. So it's a package deal. Stan, you would agree with that too, I would think.
Well, yeah, for us moral humans. But so many times, and even now, I really can't believe Maynard is not here. I can't. I really thought he would live forever because keep in mind, 9.5 years, was with him when he climbed off that band bus, sometimes after a short trip, sometimes after, just grueling, nothing was ever grueling on the road, up Village Street, but, and wanted to perform. And Maynard Ferguson, not human. And I say that very sincerely. He had, because people ask me that same question. I had incredibly supportive parents, as Maynard did. I had excellent music education, as Maynard did. I didn't practice, because I don't remember practicing a lot, Maynard, did he practice, his mom forced him to practice that much, Lisa?
Oh, yeah, relentlessly on all instruments. But
Wow.
also, his dad would take him, they just loved big bands. I mean, there's these stories that the parents would take them to see big bands all summer long, and they'd be night concerts of all the famous American big bands, and they'd bring a picnic blanket, so when Maynard was like 2 and his brother was 3, they'd be sleeping next to the dance floor while the parents were, dancing to the big band. So it was just complete immersion in this love of music that went on and all the practice. So Maynard's love, he saw, when a child sees that their parents just love something that much, I think they love it too somehow. And so Maynard caught the love bug for trumpet when he saw this kid playing, a cornet in this gospel show when he was 8 in a church, and said, Dad, oh my God, get me one of those. And then his mom, who wanted him actually to be a classical musician, and kind of looked down her nose, like, well, what's weird, because it conflicts, because they were told there's big bands, but for some reason she did want to be a classical musician. And she took him to this record store in Montreal, and he remembered her saying to the clerk, and he's only like 8 years old, I want my son to be a jazz musician, but he's a classical musician, but he's interested in jazz. Would you give me everything you have on the great American jazz trumpet players? And she bought everything. And they had bought Maynard as a little record player, and they put it in one of the rooms in this house, and he would go in there, and he would spend all day, every day in there imitating those players, and those, whoever the high note players were of that time, he would just relentlessly imitate them. And so that's interesting too, because Maynard used to say, don't imitate, be yourself, find yourself. But initially, I think you learn by imitating initially, and then you go off.
That's interesting, isn't it? I would think the high note drum players at that time were like Louis.
Well, Roy Eldridge would be one.
I remember Roy Eldridge.
Yeah, but there weren't any, what I consider high note drum.
I have it written down. There's a couple people.
That's it.
Erskine Hawkins was one of them that period. And of course, Cat Anderson played.
Cat Anderson, that's funny. That's funny. And maybe they didn't play fluidly up there, but they hit or something
Yeah,
like that.
Cat Anderson wasn't that much older than Maynard.
But maybe he had a record.
I don't think so. So it would have been Cat Anderson.
We need to wrap this up. We've got another section coming here in about 30 minutes or so. And I just want to thank Lisa and Marcella for their help today, and thank you all for being here.
Your next session is at 3 o'clock?
It's around 2:30 or so, whenever they get over here for the sound check.
Okay, and who's going to be on that panel?
Wayne Bergeron, Dennis de Blasio, and Steve Weist are coming from the sound
Okay,
check.
so the director of the 1 o'clock lab, man.
That's right.
He's associate professor of music at North Texas.
Yes.
Can I just also, I really wanted to thank you so much for putting together this collection. And, we didn't want my father's, heritage to just be put out in little bits into the world or stuck in some garage somewhere, or just each of us kids have a little piece of it somewhere where it would never be seen. So it's really great that it's safe, it's together, and the message behind it is protected and sort of, so thank you so much for that.
Well, Ms. Ferguson, let me say this on behalf of the audience and jazz lovers throughout the world. It's a tribute to you and your family that you've contributed this unbelievable heritage, if you will, to this museum. And we are in unbelievable thanks to you and your family for having done this. Because through this donation, your father will live on forever.
Thank you so much.
I had one question about the music itself. I know there's a lot of musicians around the country, myself included, and bands around the country that would like to play music. I understand it's in the warehouse being preserved, but is there any plan to try to disseminate that? I know that was a big thing that Stan Kenton did. He gave his library to North Texas, but it's everywhere now, and it's freely available to play.
Right. Should I defer to you for this, or are we, I think that I got a lot of emails about people wanting their cards, wanting to be able to play it and stuff like that.
Can you stay around for the next section when Steve Weist is here? He's got all those answers about the copyright laws and how they're going to use the charts and what will be available to the public and how they're going to use it.
And that was one of the points of getting it to them, so that there's an organized way in which that can happen. Yeah.
More questions about that? You need to let people know that after hours, all these guys, it's known already, they visit here all together.
Oh, they have jam sessions. Heavenly jam sessions.
They're all here in spirit.
And whoever did this art, by the way, I want that one.
Okay, well, thanks. We'll be back in about 30 minutes.
Thank you.